Looks like we may have just hit rock bottom, and here's why. A third black swan just showed up, seemingly out of nowhere. Have you noticed the recent uptick in manipulation? It's not just the usual suspects like media headlines or shady exchange activity. Even Twitter accounts, including ones like Unusual Whales, are acting strange. This news literally dropped right as the market hit its lowest point spot on super odd timing. Honestly, I had no clue this was even resurfacing. I remember hearing about it years ago, but I figured it had been reversed. Turns out, China's top financial authorities imposed a sweeping ban on crypto trading and mining. This was way back in 2021. It triggered a massive sell-off, crashing Bitcoin and dragging down the rest of the crypto market. The crackdown didn't stop there either. It went all in, completely outlawing crypto transactions, mining operations, and even targeting blockchain-related stocks. What's wild is that this ban still stands. We're talking about a total prohibition. No buying or selling, no running exchanges, and even accessing overseas platforms using VPNs is forbidden. Every single financial service tied to crypto is off limits in China. That's some next-level suppression. But here's the twist. China's playing itself. They're about to miss out on possibly the biggest wealth transfer in human history. Think about the people in China. Imagine the flood of capital that could pour into crypto once that ban is finally lifted. It could be absolutely massive. So ... Are you prepared for what's coming next? Because once again, we nailed it. We called the market bottom, and we spotted the peak on the UCTD chart. And here's why it matters. At 3:41 p.m., we spotted it. XRP looks like it's about to launch. The UCT dominance chart was flashing 4-hour bearish signals over 12 hours ago. So let's rewind. Where we back then? Right here. That's when we called it. The bottom was likely in, or at the very least, a rebound was coming. And sure enough, that bounce is happening right now. Remember how this works. When UCTD dominance drops, crypto rallies. When it climbs, crypto dumps. Right now, our SI on the 4-hour was already overbought, and now the 12-hour chart is showing the same thing. The last time I hit these levels, right at a local top twice. It's clear the bounce is underway, and it could push even higher. XRP's 12-hour RS is in oversold territory. Same goes for Bitcoin. That usually means one thing: momentum is building right now. And check this out, look at where we're finding support. Exactly where I told you we likely would. Around 113K. Couldn't be cleaner. We're already reclaiming that key level. This setup is looking perfect. Get ready, the pump is coming. It's honestly wild how this headline dropped right at the bottom, and it wasn't even legit. Total fake news. Like, seriously? That's the pattern though. It never fails. Fear-driven, doomsday headlines usually show up at the bottom. And when the media is overly hyped and euphoric, that's when we tend to see the top. It's a game. Watch the sentiment, not just the charts. So next time, remember this moment. Don't panic sell. In fact, this was the time to be buying. Honestly, this was an all-in kind of moment. Quick but super important side note. About 12 hours from now, 8 p.m. EST tonight, Sunday, we've got a major technical event. What is it? I'm hyped for this one. The 3-week candle is closing, and not just on regular charts. On the Heikin Ashi charts, we're actually closing above key resistance. That's huge, across the board. This is majorly bullish, and it means one thing: they'll likely keep pushing the crypto market upward. And let's not forget, over $1.5 billion in liquidations just took place in the last 48 hours. That's wild. So many traders got wiped out because they were way too bullish, too fast. The market flushed them all out. And now it's time for the pump. Classic shakeout move. And we saw it coming. A whale just dropped a massive $45 million long position on Bitcoin. That's not small money. Clearly, big players are getting bullish again. The tides are turning. Even former President Trump is saying it. The doubters are going to be shocked. According to him, we're just 5 to 6 months away from a massive economic boom. Think about that. He's talking about a rebound across the board. Markets, the economy, everything. And here's what's crazy. His timeline lines up almost perfectly with when the Fed is expected to restart the money printer. That's right. Quantitative easing is likely coming back. Rates will drop, possibly to zero again. Why does this matter? Because it usually happens after a recession hits. So once the downturn passes, the money spigots open up, and that's when the market could go absolutely vertical. So yeah, hold on tight. This could be the start of something huge. Oh, and there's more power plants are being greenlit in record numbers. AI investment is exploding. We're talking billions, no, trillions pouring into the space. The U.S. has already brought in nearly $17 trillion in capital. That's not just hype. That's real momentum. And if this all plays out, we might be witnessing the foundation of one of the most prosperous periods in U.S. history. It's about to get crazy. Don't miss it. Here's why. Bitcoin still has the potential to 200x from where it is right now. That's not just speculation, Jack laid it out clearly. Bitcoin is targeting a market worth $400 to $500 trillion. And today, the entire Bitcoin market cap? Just around $2 trillion. Let that sink in. We've talked about this before. The only scenario where Satoshi Nakamoto could ever unload his 1 million BTC is if Bitcoin reached $500K to $1 million per coin in this cycle. Only then would there be enough global liquidity to absorb that kind of volume. So even if price dips in the short term, it really doesn't matter. The long-term trajectory is parabolic. We're heading up fast. But keep in mind that vertical rise happens before the eventual collapse. Until then, it's full-on bullish. How high can it go? Let's break it down. Collectively, humanity owns about $900 trillion in global asset stocks, real estate, gold, collectibles, everything. Roughly half of that isn't for spending. It's our savings vehicles. People use these assets to preserve and grow their wealth. That's the market Bitcoin is aiming for, a $400 to $500 trillion pie. And if Bitcoin captures just a significant slice of that, its value could increase 100 by even 200x from here. That puts Bitcoin somewhere in the $10 to $20 million range per coin. So when people laugh at XRP hitting $100, just remember the scale of what Bitcoin's chasing. It's not a matter of if, but when. Come on, now, let's be real. The only way we hit those insane price levels is through a tidal wave of global liquidity. That's the key. It has to come from everywhere. And that's exactly why we need China to reverse its crypto ban. Because, here's the thing, China is injecting liquidity into its economy. But imagine if they shifted even a fraction of that directly into crypto. The impact would be massive, game-changing. Right now, their injections are going into traditional markets. But if they plug it into digital assets, the upside would be off the charts. And it's already happening. Liquidity's flowing. Global. M2 is surging. And Fox Business literally showed this live on TV. The money supply is exploding. Historically, Bitcoin always follows the money. It's just a matter of time. Here's what's crazy. This is all before the real money printing even kicks in. Just wait until quantitative easing goes full throttle. When that starts, Bitcoin to $1 million in this cycle isn't just a dream. It's a roadmap. Then Comey's the collapse. But the parabolic move happens before. Now, look at the correlation between Bitcoin and global liquidity. It's undeniable. You don't need to be some technical wizard to see it. They move together. Every time liquidity surges, Bitcoin follows. Why is liquidity at record highs right now? Because governments are running wild deficits. The U.S. is on track to issue nearly $18 billion in new debt per day for the remainder of 2025. That's staggering. So what asset do you want to be holding when fiat currencies are being devalued daily? Something that can't be inflated away. Something immune to debasement. That's Bitcoin. There's a narrative shift happening. Bitcoin as a safe haven, a store of value. And history shows it always catches up to global liquidity levels, which means one thing. $185,000 Bitcoin is likely coming soon. And that's before the recession even hits. We're officially back, stronger than ever. This country is on fire, the hottest economy on the planet right now. And the message is clear. It's time to make America great again. Even the opposition can't deny it. We're back, and we're just getting started. It's honestly hilarious. People panic, sold right at the bottom. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, a publicly traded gaming company just scooped up another 15,000 ETH worth, a whopping $54 million. And if that's not enough, a mega whale just bought 3,000 ETH, another $10 million. All today, right during the dip. Ethereum whales are buying the fear. While retail freaks out, smart money is stacking. Look at the on-chain data. ETH wallet growth is going vertical. This isn't a pause. It's been non-stop accumulation all throughout the rally. And here's the twist. We just saw a golden cross on altcoins. You know what that means? They tricked you. They shook out the weak hands right before the biggest altcoin explosion we've probably ever seen. Even Tom Lee is saying Ethereum's headed toward $15,000, driven by tokenization, insane blockchain utility, and increasing transaction volume. The infrastructure is booming. So, what's really going on? It couldn't be clearer. Institutions, whales, and big money are betting on this market going much, much higher. We are literally in the middle of the pump. And yes, we called the bottom to the exact point, too. AT. So now what? Buckle up. HODL tight. This ride's just getting started. Let's see how far this rocket goes. Let's freaking go.